Robinson, we're back with Byron from A Kid Called Gauwd.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How y'all doing?
Great,
Pretty
brother.
good.
How have you been? I want to ask right off the bat, what the fuck happened since we last talked, dude? This has been the craziest, most shit showiest year
Yeah,
ever,
it
dude.
has. It's been chaotic, man. Since man, I can't even say, so when it comes down to it, man, I can't remember half the fuck shit half the time. So I couldn't even tell you. Like there was just so much in
Yeah,
between time, but majority, we were able to bounce back. Majority of what we needed to do for
yeah,
as far as music goes.
yeah. Yes, I just feel as far as like getting along, getting life, like just getting by. Like it's been rough, but I feel like we've been able to do it, and I hope it's gonna get better. I don't know. I'll believe it when I see it. But dude,
Right.
I know you said last time we talked, your father. Like I'm a father. I had my sons up for the summer, and like I appreciate the
Awesome.
conversations I had with them. Like as far as just the pandemic and social racial injustice goes, like it's good conversations to have, but in the whole picture, like it's like we shouldn't have to have it with all this shit going on, all this garbage going on. Like it's rough,
Right.
and I feel like
Right. It
bef-
feels like it's overwhelming.
what's that, dude?
Feels like it's overwhelming.
Oh, I get
Yeah,
that.
yeah. This is like one thing after another, and it's like I felt with Obama's presidency, we had gotten really progressive, and it just feels like we've taken so many steps back
Mm.
since Trump got elected.
Hmm. I say I feel like at least in my opinion, I feel like say for example, when somebody told me there was a recession, I didn't even know what that was being black. Honestly, I didn't know what a recession was. Not because I didn't know what the term meant. I was very familiar with what it meant.
Yes.
I just never knew I was in a recession. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
you've never been that
That's
good
why
to realize it got
yeah,
that bad.
yeah, like I've always been like not just me, but a lot of my people from similar backgrounds and similar race. They understand what I mean, and I feel like that applies how my analogy to like recession, and how I perceive recession. I look at it the same with presidents. I feel like whatever happens, majority of the time, I don't feel the intent of my people is always made priority. I don't ever feel that way. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I don't ever really bank on who to vote for, and I never really, at least not on the presidential aspect, me personally. And I'm not suggesting people else to do that. I just feel a lot of the times, when it's more like presidential matters and things like that, these things tend to trickle down to me, or they were already 8 years done prior to whoever was president. Like I know, for example, like we would like to say a lot on Trump or on Obama or whoever, but a lot of these problems pre-exist Trump. It's
Yes.
just now
Yes.
Trump is more so like it's his era, which when I think every president has a different era of what they had to like
Inherit almost.
experience,
Yeah.
inherit, and what he
Yeah.
has inherited is the digital era,
And he's an
and with the
asshole. He's an
digital
asshole,
era,
but he
yeah,
inherited a shit show almost.
Right.
So you got
yeah.
an asshole dealing with a shit show. He inherited it. It's gonna
Cause
be.
I gotta be honest, man. Cause I don't I would never do politics. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, of course, I could never do it anyway because I'm a felon. But I'm saying I feel like people that do politics and stuff like
Same.
that, they have a lot of they man, it's a lot of determination. Because I ain't gonna hold you. That's a lot of responsibility being chief, commander.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
that's
That's a
too
lot,
much.
bro. That's some real shit. Like that's a lot. You know what I mean? So, and I ain't gonna lie, the type of president, if I were to be, I probably wouldn't be the nicest either. Just because, and the reason why I'm gonna say that, and I'm not saying in support of him, but I'm just saying if you look at the history of American presidents, a lot of them know how to pillow talk the people. You know what I'm saying? Like even if it's to like threaten you. Like for example, when Bill Clinton did the mass incarceration for the drug wars and stuff like that, I don't think people looked at it as what it was gonna really do. You know what I'm saying? Because of how Bill Clinton presented it.
Yeah.
Same with how everybody else would present something else. The way Trump would do it, he's just gonna tell you it's not gonna work for you. Like, say for example, if he was a drug dealer, he said he'd do in death penalty. He said that. I would prefer a president that would tell me honestly what their intentions are to do to me, versus the other ones that would smile on the podium, tell me this, that, and the third, and then sign a paper that, you know, if I get caught with, you know, an ounce of weed or something, I end up doing 7 years.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
At least you knew what you were going to get.
At least I know what I'm getting into with Trump or with president or with, you know, people like that.
That's just blunt honesty.
People,
yeah.
Everything else is Trojan horses.
Yeah.
Trump, the way his mouth is, the way he is as a person, he don't know how to do Trojan horse, nothing. But
No.
these other presidents, like, they will sit there and they will, you know what I mean, doctor it up and shake your hand, kiss babies and all kinds of stuff, and then be all, you know, kind of corrupt on the sideline.
Yeah.
At least he's corrupt in the front. Like, at least he's like fucking in the front. Like, I
That's
just say, hey,
we had
I
Chris
like it that
Christie. We had Chris Christie as a governor, and I always felt like that was the way he was. He was like, he told us we were fucked. He at least told us, like, we knew we were fucked with him.
At least, but you could appreciate that more. At least that's how I feel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't appreciate the smoke and mirrors that,
Yeah.
you know, I don't appreciate all that. I don't appreciate the loopholes with even Obamacare. And I'm not saying, you know, this to rally behind, because I know how that sounds to a lot of people. I'm just saying I'm not a fan of any president in particular. Just because Obama's black,
That's how I felt.
People be like, oh, you like Obama.
They're
You know
all
what I'm saying? Like,
they're all are bad, but it's like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. This guy is just so bad.
like,
I feel.
just look at it like necessary. I feel like at the end of
Yes.
the day, that's a job that you're not going to be a good person or a bad person in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you're going to make decisions that can't appease a billion people. Like, it's just, you know what I mean? It's hard to do.
And we're gonna
You know what I
pick
mean?
the
So I
better
don't
of the
expect
evils. We're gonna go for the lesser evil.
No, what people are going to pick is who makes them feel better.
Yeah.
Like, who
That's a good
makes
point.
them feel better. That's what they feel like. They ain't worried about what's really, you know, being said or what's really even being They were just like, who do they feel is just more, you know, familiar to them. Like, I don't think, I'm not familiar. I don't think any of us have seen a president like Trump before. So I don't think, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, this is all new to everybody. You know what I mean? So
It's almost like
this is like, yo, we need to get back to the way things used to be, but at the same time, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know
Dude,
if I wanted it to be how it used to be.
I've
It's
said
like,
that.
I don't know if I want it to be the same or how it used to be.
I've said
Yeah.
that. I've like, comedically, he's funny. Like, as my comedic side, like, I find some of the shit he does funny, but as far as leading everybody, like, that's not funny. Like,
But you know what? You bring an interesting perspective to it, where you're almost like saying, like, okay, Trump isn't any different than any of the previous presidents. They were just better at lying than
at
him.
concealing it.
At
Yeah.
concealing it.
Yeah.
Or like, this is
Yeah.
like
They
Trump
put
is the
the foot
embodiment
in
of
my
all the
front, yeah.
presidents.
Yeah. He's just letting he
Exactly.
can't even contain the
Yeah.
demon. He's just he's the product of all the other demons.
Yeah, for example, like a president will have, like a prior president will have somebody lie for him versus Trump, he'll lie for himself. It's different. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I'm saying it's different. You know what I'm saying? He'll
Yeah.
say the lie himself versus another president who he'll have like a representative, or it'll be like some third party person or somebody that will say something.
A
about
buffer.
it. You know what I mean? Or that would be
Where
Versus Trump, he's gonna say exactly the bullshit that's not accurate at all, but just the fact that he can say it, he's gonna say it.
it's
That's
almost
why I don't. Yeah, it's different.
yeah, it's like the previous presidents were like, here, I need you to say this, and if it goes badly, I'm gonna say I don't know why
It's
that guy
your
said
fault.
that.
Yeah, I don't know that guy. That guy's on his own.
Trump's not the same. Yeah, Trump's like, hey, if I get caught lying, I didn't say that. That's why he's like, I didn't say that. Like, I mean, that's literally what he does.
Or I'm gonna say some
And
other
I-
shit next week that's gonna take all the heat off the other shit I said.
Yeah, and you know, at the end of the day, I for some reason to respect that more than anything else.
Wow.
For some reason, just
Yeah.
maybe that's just me as a person. I just can respect
Yeah.
the honesty that has been displayed, even in the you know, with the monstrosities that happen. I was able to say, yo, I seen this coming versus other presidents and other things and like that throughout time. I don't think nobody seen, 9/11 happening. I don't think people seen, a lot of things like these, at least not lasting that long too. It was like war on terror was long for real. You know what I mean? So when you think about it, like, you don't think these things are going to happen with this president, that president. But with Trump, it's like, it's damn near guaranteed. Like, if you want, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if another country wants to go to war, if he feels like he wants to go to war, it's like, it's damn near he's going to push the button to the point that it's like, you're going to wish you had more of a political president. You know what I mean? Like, a more like, type of situation.
Yeah. Oh, man, that's crazy. That's a cool perspective, Byron. That is cool.
Man.
You got that.
Thank you.
No, thank you, dude. I want to ask you, too, A Kid Called Gauwd. You guys dropped a new album just in August, correct?
Correct. Yeah, we did Drugs Before the Flight 2, which is actually which is interesting about Flight 2 is it was supposed to, Flight 1 and Flight 2 were supposed to be actually just one project that was supposed to be 2 discs originally, or split up, whatever.
Yeah.
But what ended up happening, there was like a technical error on the distribution side. So when the distributor had like this, it made the project, it duplicated the project with the same name but different track lists. So it was like, it kind of confused the system. So we had to strip down the project and just upload whatever was on the first disc, and then just say, we'll just release the other disc shortly later. So that's pretty much why there's 2, because we don't really do part 2s to anything like that, because that's kind of like, corny, unless it's like Terminator or something like that. It's like the only part 2 that I think I liked of anything.
That's a good part 2. Yeah. That is a good
2 that was better than the first.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then when you see the third one, it kind of just goes to crap. But when you see the second one, it's like, this is amazing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I think with music, Drugs Before the Flight 2, I didn't want to like do that. Like, I didn't want to like make, because rap is already kind of a repetitive thing a lot, compared to a lot of other genres of music. So you want to kind of avoid that. And what people have been doing a lot is making sequels to projects. They do like part 2, 3, 4s and stuff like that. And we never wanted to do that, even though people would think we do that because we have drugs and all the titles. But
yes,
the difference is the drugs is all different stories. Or not stories, but they're all different. It's like a James Patterson book, like Alex Cross or something. Like, you know what I mean? It's like they're all different. They're not continuations of each other. It's all different,
different
whatever.
Stories or,
or themes and, or whatever.
Yes.
So it's a little different, but that's the little background story behind Flight 2. But we're releasing a video for it on the 9th. Way Too Deep is the first song, or not, I guess the first video we're releasing from it, and then after that we'll be releasing a song called Danny, featuring Louis.
Cool. Byron, would you be able to spit something for us live?
Yeah, sure. What I like to do is, you guys throw out words and I can make things rhyme with them. That's something that, me and the guys do. That's just fun, that just so it's like, because I can't think of no verses that I had in my head that I'd rap. So I just said, just throw out words, and I can make words rhyme from those.
Cool.
You guys can think of something?
I'm thinking here. Martinis and Heinekens on the Rob and Slim Show.
Martinis and Rob. What was it?
Martinis and Heinekens on the Rob and Slim Show.
All right, Martinis and Heinekens on the Rob and Slim Show. Will I ever do it again? You'll never know. But you know what I gotta say? I rep the 412 area code. And I know dudes who would diss, but if I was to spit, they wouldn't respond to me. I'm a Don to be. Sipping water, no Don P. I just bought a weave, so all my D's, she bob and weave. Go for the knockout, man. Fuck the police. I go in like the cops out. It's hot out because they got the Glocks out. All right, what's next? I'm sorry, I went off. It was good. What's next?
That was great.
That
That was really fucking cool.
I love it.
I
dude.
literally, Byron, I just looked at what was on the table, and I'm like, well, I'm drinking a martini, Rob's drinking a Heineken, and we're Rob and Slim.
Yeah, that's
So-
I love though, dude. You got the wordplay. You got it, man.
Wait, I got one more for him.
Oh.
I'm drinking a beer called Juicy Pebbles.
Oh.
Okay, Juicy Pebbles. I'm ill on any level, and that's just and that's factual, and that's actual. You know what? I need it now, contractual, and that's on top of everything, punctual. And I just show improvement when I show improve it. Bring the nuisance for any bringing nuisance. Far from student, don't need recruitment. All aboard this God cruise ship. Won't stop till my crew hits. While with the new chick, who will praise the God like I'm Anubis. What's next? You just sit where I spit sewage.
You reference Egyptian gods in there, didn't you?
Right.
Wow, bro.
Right.
You blew my mind, bro. Yeah, that's good shit. That's so cool.
Thank you.
I almost just want to spend the rest of this interview just saying things in there.
What would Byron say?
Right. You know, it's funny. We do that all the time. Because I'm in a rap group, so that's kind of how we make music a lot of the times. Where I share with a theme. You know, we picked up on this from him doing theater, and his background in theater. They would have acting method called the Meisner technique. And in the Meisner technique, you kind of got to mimic your partner. You know what I mean? Where I don't know if you've seen this exercise. Somebody will say, I'm eating an apple. And then somebody say, you're eating an apple. I'm eating an apple. You're eating an apple. They'll just keep going back and forth. And it's like almost a hot potato with expressions.
Yes.
So with me and Ashay, we do that with music. So we have to kind of learn each other's patterns, learn each other's the words that we know we're able to rhyme with, you know what I mean? It's just, you learn a lot with somebody if you've been making music with them for 4, 5 years. And then outside of him, we have a label of people that, rap too, and we all tend to freestyle and do these things frequently whenever we get together, not recording, just for GP, you know what I mean? So it's fun to do that.
Yeah, cool. It's almost like a workout. Like you're somebody throws you something, you throw it back. Like it's that kind of a thing. Exactly. Talking about that too. Like I had friends years ago that did make music, and that's what. Even if we were sitting around the living room, just playing a video game, one of them would start rapping about that, and then the other one would go back and forth. And that's an awesome thing to do.
Yeah, man, it helps you. I'm saying it helps you. You know what I mean? It helps you with prediction. You know what I mean? Sometimes it helps you with replacement of a word. You know what I mean? Especially if you learn to freestyle around other people, sometimes you can pick up off the last word somebody said if you can't think of nothing, and then just keep rhyming. So that's pretty much what I was doing with y'all. Like, if you was rapping, I was just picking up off the last thing that you would have been saying.
Yes.
So that's kind of like the method, I guess.
Yeah, that's super cool. Super cool, dude. What is going to be your next project? Do you know?
Yeah. Believe it or not, we have this thing about overdoing it. So we're actually doing two more projects before the end of the year. And the reason why is because why not? That's the reason why. And the project is called Real Drugs Sell Itself, and the other project is called Sweet Drugs. It's funny. Actually, a better representation of the God discography is probably the James Bond collection, where it's James Bond because his name's in it or whatever, but it's also the title work sometimes. Even if you don't know, it's a James Bond film, but if you was to watch The Spy Who Loved Me and you heard another movie called, From Russia with Love, you could probably guess that that's in the same kind of atmosphere of movies, you know what I'm saying, just off of the title working.
Yes.
So I think with how we make music or how we do projects is almost kind of the mirror how people used to make movies or books back in the day versus, albums just initially.
I love that. I love that whole concept. That's really cool, dude. And I love your videos. I don't know if I said that last time. Your videos just like pop, like as far as like crispness and like colors go. Like you guys are really, really good with that.
Thank you. You know, believe it or not, you know, we actually map out our own videos. We pick the scenes. We add the effects a lot of the time. We do a lot of that ourselves through somebody else's camera work. So some people might not understand that because they'll be like, well, if you didn't shoot it yourself. But if you was to ask the directors of those videos, or if you was just to do this, you was just to look at their videos prior to our videos, or if you see any videos outside of our collaboration, you'll see a very big distinctive difference. And that's because, you know, we actually direct the video, and they just, you know, more than likely are like our assistant director or our cinematographer of some sorts, you know, or our cameraman, you know what I mean? You know, but they do their thing. But we managed to definitely import our idea and our identity, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like
video.
Just for you to portray it to them where it comes back as that, like that's great communication right there.
Oh yeah, because luckily they're the people that we've made the best videos with, or just, you know, the videos that people have seen. They're very collaborative, and they're also, they want to break, you know, their own monotonies of collaborations that they've been shooting videos with locally. Because sometimes a director of a video, especially in rap, they have like a template. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the times, so other artists go to that director and say, hey, I want a video like this rapper. And then the director won't really have to do too much of his own input. He just kind of, you know what I mean? He kind of just puts it on to, you know, like a copy and paste method.
Yeah, he just goes back.
With us, we let them have like a whole idea of what they would like to add on to it, like, and we freestyle ideas together, you know what I mean? And we make the final things together versus just saying, you know, this is our idea. I know it might be our ideas implemented in them, but it's through their hands as well and through their eyes. So it's like it's our ideas through their eyes in a sense. So it's better that way.
That's awesome. That's awesome, dude. Thank you so much, Byron, for talking to us again. It's been a blast. I just know that after we last talked, we had a great time, but also I heard, I think a couple times from like people messaging me how much they enjoyed you on our show, like, and how good it was.
Oh, thank you, man. And then to all of them, you know, I appreciate them for taking the time out to listen, and also taking the time out to engage with you. Because one thing is, a lot of people don't know is that I'm such a fan of music that even if I wasn't getting money for it, I'd probably still do it. You know what I'm saying? And as far as people, you know, finding, you know, me on a personable level, you know what I mean, dope. Even I like that even more because a lot of the times I'm not like, you know, a rapper or anybody else. They kind of go somewhere with like the character made. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't actually have a script yet. I need to ask my publicist, who am I supposed to be on these things? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know. I just be like, oh, just be, you know, whatever but to my understanding, a lot of people that people say are themselves really aren't.
You're just
when
you.
They're doing the joint. Yeah, so I feel like I had to really talk to Dom to be like, yo, do I have to like do things the other way? That's how I watch other people's interviews. I'm like, I don't do it like that, but then I'm like, fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, somebody will correct me eventually. Or somebody will say, but this is how you're supposed to do it. But
yeah, no, I ain't gonna tell you. You're doing, as far as I'm concerned, you're doing it right, bro. Yeah. I would never tell you you're doing it wrong. Dude, you are awesome. Where can everybody find you, and where can everybody find a Kid Called Gauwd?
Man, you can find me personally at Lord Baby Byron on Instagram. Also at Kid Gauwd, and that's KIDGAUWD, not GOD, GAUWD. But as far as music, it's also a Kid Called Gauwd, you know, pretty much around the board. I'm available Spotify, Apple. I'm sorry, let me correct myself. We're available Apple, Spotify, Tidal, iTunes, YouTube, et cetera, et cetera. And yeah, by the way, be on the lookout for on the 9th, which is, I think, 2 days from now, for Way Too Deep premiering on Godco's channel, and that's at youtube.com/Godco, or just God. I'm telling you now, if y'all type in it as Gauwd, you will find me. I promise you.
Yes.
So
Yes, it will.
That's pretty much it.
It will come up. Thank you, dude. We will definitely talk soon.
Man, thank y'all, man. Peace and blessings.
Have a good one.